Hi, it's Gadget UK here again. As you can see, this time I'm looking at GameGear. This one's certainly seen better days. Look at the state of the screen here and what has gone on with this control. You know, the D-pad there, I don't know, it looks like someone stuck a second D-pad on top of it or something, I don't know, it's very strange. I've never seen that before. Anyway, this one apparently works, has just got, you know, needs recapping. I've got two more here. One of these was a donor. It actually had a faulty screen, and I actually took the Z80 off it to fix my Neo and the one I've said. So I forget which one it is. I think it's that one actually. And then the other one has got a faulty ASIC. I think one of the ASICs is faulty, but I suspect the screen's faulty as well. And I've recapped, you know, both of these had been recapped in order to try and work out what's going on. And I've not spent any real time, because there are schematics for these, I've not spent any real time going through the schematics and trying to work out exactly precisely what's wrong with either of those. But they're just there for spares more than anything. I think because of the state of the case on this one, and the fact that this one is clearly just needs a recap, I'm going to swap over certainly the top part of the case here, and give it one of these two, the best one. I'm not sure which one the best one is. Yeah, that's got a fair few scratches. I'll clean them both up and work out which one's the best as a candidate. And the same with the D-pad, I'll swap the D-pads over as well. So, and this is obviously going to be a recap. So, we'll get the screws out of here now. I think there's something like 6 or 7 screws, if memory serves. I've got a few of these already actually. I've got a red one that I recapped myself, that's perfect. And another black/grey one that I use as my main one, my main working GameGear. But you'll see, you know, you've got these screws, they're all visible once you get the battery flaps off around the edges, and then you've got one of these game bit screws here, so you need the special security bit to get that out. So I'll get inside there now and we'll do the recap first, I think. And in fact, before we do anything, I thought it'd be wise here just to give this a bit of a test, just to make sure it is actually working. And it does, as you can see there, it does appear to be working. The brightness is absolutely awful. Seriously, as you can't see very much on the screen there at all. So switch that off and on again. You can see the Sega coming up there. So yeah, it needs a recap. Not getting any sound, I don't think. So that's going to be caps. See if I can get some sound. No sound. So that's okay. So we'll whittle it off. I'll start the recap. So just like the other two here, this is the 2-chip ASIC version. You can see the electrolytic caps in these little black packages here. Most of them are on this side of the board here, near the Z80 and the RAM. So there's a lot of these just need swapping out. There's not much in the way of leakage here, but you know, I can see just a bit of discoloration and stuff, so they will have leaked, and hence certainly why we've lost the sound. I'll show you the soundboard on the other side here, the other connector. If you just look down there, can you see a bit of corrosion? Certainly from that cap, and there's going to be the same with one or two of these others, but I've seen them in much worse condition than this. That board actually is in not too bad condition. So I'll just show you how the easiest way to get these off. Well, the easiest way, I don't even really need to show you. The easiest way is just to use a bit of flux, put a bit of flux on one of these caps, and then just heat as you pull it. Like that, one side, just heat one pin, and then the pin will just come off and then do the other side. I wouldn't twist them or anything like that. You'll probably end up damaging the traces. You could cut them off if you've got some really fine tip wire cutters, you know, to get in there and just cut the contacts off the cap and then just remove the legs afterwards. But I'd certainly clean up that area with some flux and solder, and then use a bit of isoprop just to decontaminate that area, really, just in case there's any electrolyte on it. I've already got the caps here, because these are the caps when I last used them on one of those previous boards when I was trying to test it. So the legs are all just the right length and stuff. I can just quite easily put them in. One thing to note is when you're replacing these caps, you need to be mindful of the orientation, because you see these little pads there, that copper pad there. I think there's a plastic post from the top side that supports, that just goes in that position. Could be wrong. I think, yeah, if memory serves, they do. So you've got to try and align the caps, you know, the replacement cap, in such a way that you don't interfere with the internals of the top part of the case, or the bottom part of the case, actually, in this case. This one over here can be a bit of a bugger as well if you're not careful. So you've got to use very small caps as well. The actual physical size is mega critical in these, or you can run into problems. It's probably worth actually at various stages, if you replace 1 or 2 caps, just try the lid on, just to make sure you've not set yourself up for any problems, because the last thing you want to do is get them all fitted on there and then find you can't get the back on it, and you have to start removing and repositioning, you know, several of them. So I'll just work my way through all of the caps. Let's say I think there's only 2 on this side here. You can see I think there are, is it a 1 microfarad or a 10? I can't remember. I think probably 10s. There's 1 there. There should be 2 actually. I don't. Where's the second one? Oh, there. 1 there, 1 there. And then afterwards I'll deal with the soundboard. So get rid of all these little SMD caps on there. On the power side here, typically there's nothing you really need to do because they're wet electrolytic types. It might be a good idea to replace them, but generally those won't cause you any problems. So yeah, get the solder iron out. I'll just give you an example of removing one of these now. Let's get rid of one of these larger ones here. We'll just get a tiny bit of flux on there. Iron's heated up. Hopefully you can see this. I'll try not to get my fingers too much into the shot here. And as I say, I'll just heat that 1 pin. There you go. It's lifting. It's not a problem. It's lifting. Just got to make sure you don't pull when the pins are not heated. Heat that side. I could smell the electrolyte actually on the board there. That side's been a bit more awkward. There you go. It's come off. So we'll just put that in the bin. It stinks. Absolutely stinks. Smells like fish. Because they do actually make them with fish oil, so as I say, I'll just clean up this pad because there's some flux on there as well, and get some isopropyl onto that now, before I put some fresh flux and solder and just connect a cap. So here's a quick look at some of the work I've done on the caps here. Yeah, like I say, you've got to have funny angles to avoid these posts, but that's pretty much it. Swap them all out. You should be good to go. I've done the ones with the power board as well. It's a bit of a mess, this power board actually. It's very fiddly to work on, so I'll get the lid back on now. So as you can see, it's all back together there now. Yeah, the screen's not coming out very well. Volume's awesome. But yeah, the main reason for doing this is I've got a replacement VGA screen on order for this. So it'd be really cool to get that screen swapped out for something better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.